Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about Glorybower plants. Clerodendrum is a genus of flowering plants formerly placed in the family Verbenaceae, but now considered to belong to the Lamiaceae mint family. Its common names include Glorybower, bagflower, pagoda flower, and bleeding heart. It is currently classified in the subfamily Achagoidea, being one of several genera transferred from Verbenaceae to Lamiaceae in the 1990s, based on phylogenetic analysis of morphological and molecular data. The type species for the genus is Clerodendrum infortunatum. It is native to Sri Lanka and the Andaman Islands. The genus is native to tropical and warm temperate regions of the world, with most of the species occurring in tropical Africa and southern Asia, but with a few in the tropical Americas and northern Australasia, and a few extending north into the temperate zone in eastern Asia. They are shrubs, lianas, and small trees, usually growing to 1 to 12 meters 3/8 t, 3 in 39 feet 4 in tall, with opposite or whorled leaves. C. Floribundum can grow to 30 meters 98 feet tall. 9. Clerodendrum fistulosum and Clerodendrum myrmecophila have hollow stems that are inhabited by ants. Clerodendrum trichotomum is a common ornamental in warmer parts of the world. 8 other species are also grown in the tropics for their abundant and attractive flowers. One of these, Clerodendrum macrostegium, suckers abundantly from the roots, often producing a thicket within a few years. The following species are cultivated in the UK: Chinense, Splendens, Thomsonia, Trichotomum. Clerodendrum species are used as food plants by the larvae of some Lepidoptera species, including Endoclita malabaricus and Endoclita syracuse. Both butterflies and hummingbirds are often attracted to blooming Clerodendrum. The following description is based on the one by Yuanat Ali 2010 and applies to only the monophyletic circumscription of Clerodendrum. Clerodendrum is a genus of small trees, shrubs, lianas, and subherbaceous perennials. Leaves decussate or whorled, never spiny as in some close relatives. Inflorescence usually terminal. Sepals usually connate, often colored, usually a crescent. Corolla red to yellow, pink, or white. Corolla tube 5-lobed, the lobes usually unequal. Stamens for rarely 5, usually into pairs of unequal length and projecting well beyond the mouth of the corolla. Ovary incompletely forlocular. Ovules 4, style terminal on the ovary, bifid. Fruit a drupe, usually with 4 grooves or lobes. 4-seeded, rarely 2-seeded by abortion. Clerodendrum and its relatives have an unusual pollination syndrome which avoids self-pollination. This mating system combines dichogamy and hercogamy. The flowers are protandrous. When the flower opens, the stamens stand erect, parallel to the central axis of the flower, while the style bends over, holding the stigma beyond the rim of the corolla. After the pollen is shed, the stamens curl up or bend over, and the style straightens out, bringing the stigma to the center of the flower. Except for Aegiphylla, which is heterostylous. This breeding strategy is shared by all members of the clade consisting of Caliharia, Clerodendrum, Volkameria, Aegiphylla, Ovieda, Tetraclae, and Amasonia. Clerodendrum was named by Linnaeus in species Plantarum in 1753. The name is derived from 2 Greek words, kleros, meaning chance or fate or clergy, and dendron, a tree. It refers to the considerable variation in reports of the usefulness of Clerodendrum in medicine, and also to the fact the trees were used for religious purposes in Asia. Regional revisions of Clerodendrum have been done for local floras, but the last monograph of the entire genus was by John Isaac Burkett in 1895. He recognized about 90 species, defining the genus broadly to include species that others had placed in Rapheka, Volkameria, and Ovieda. His circumscription was followed by most authors for the next 100 years, even though it was widely believed to be problematic. In 1997, phylogenetic analysis of DNA data showed that Clerodendrum, as then understood, was polyphyletic. This situation was remedied in 1998. With the revival of Rotheka, this taxonomic change was based on previous work and on a molecular phylogenetic study that was not published until the following year. In 2004, a study of DNA sequences showed that the monospecific Australian genus Huxleo was embedded in a clade of Clerodendrum species that had formerly been placed in Volkameria. Huxleo was then sunk into synonymy with Clerodendrum. The 2004 study sampled Aegiphylla, Tetraclea, and Amasonia, three New World genera of Hagegoidea that had not previously been sampled for DNA. The results of this study cast doubt, once again, upon the monophily of Clerodendrum. In 2010, a study of folkloroplast DNA intergenic spacers showed that part of Clerodendrum was closer to the New World genera than to other Clerodendrum, and that one species of Clerodendrum was nested within the clade New World genera. The authors of this study resurrected the genus Volkameria and assigned to it about 30 species that had been in Clerodendrum. They also resurrected Ovieda as a monotypic genus consisting of Ovieda spinosa. Volkameria and Ovieda had been erected by Linnaeus in 1753. Modern cladistic analysis has largely vindicated his concepts of Clerodendrum and its relatives. Clerodendrum glandulosum, colub leaf aqueous extract, is traditionally used by people of Northeast India to alleviate symptoms of diabetes, obesity, and hypertension. Among the Hamar and Zomi tribes in the Northeast India and few Clerodendrum is also being used as a dish curry. Clerodendrum is strongly supported as monophyletic in molecular phylogenetic analyses. It consists of two clades, each of which receives strong bootstrap support. One clade contains mostly African species. The other is mostly Asian. The African and Asian groups cannot confidently be divided into sections without more extensive sampling of taxa in phylogenetic studies. The Madagascan species, in particular, are poorly studied. It appears that the long, narrow corolla tube evolved only once in Clerodendrum and appeared again among its relatives in Ovieda. As of May 2025, Plants of the World Online recognizes 240 species within this genus. Glorybauer, the genus Clerodendrum clerodendron, consisting of about 400 herbs, vines, shrubs, and trees of the tropics, many of which are grown as garden plants. It belongs to the Verbena family Verbenaceae, order Lamiales. Common Glorybauer speciosumum from Asia is a shrub up to about 120 centimeters 4 feet tall that produces clusters of flame orange flowers above heart-shaped, bronzy leaves about 30 centimeters 1 foot long. Bleeding heart Glorybauer thompsoni, a woody vine from Africa, has sprays of blooms resembling bleeding heart amid glossy, dark green, oval leaves. Scarlet Glorybauer C. splendens, also an African vine, has clusters of red-orange flowers among heart-shaped leaves. Common in tropical gardens is C. speciosum, a hybrid between the two species above, with red-violet flowers and calyxes united sepals like those of C. thompsoni. Thank you for watching.